Okay, the last thing that I want to talk about are the array parameters themselves. In this function, fill array, we are actually changing the data that's stored in the array, and that new data in the array has to be returned back to the main program. And so this, as I said before, arrays are automatically reference parameters, so that information will go back to main. So that parameter is appropriate. In these three functions, here we're calculating the total sales. So we're using the array, but we're not changing it, right? Here we're using an input statement to store information in the array. Here we're using it, we're not changing it. In this function, we're using the array, right? We're looking at the elements in the array, but we're not changing any of them. So when we find the highest and lowest, we're not changing them. But what happens is arrays are automatically reference parameters. So similar to with classes, what would be better is to use constant reference parameters. Const, remember, denotes to a programmer that no change is going to take place to that data inside of a function. So what we should really do in the total sales and the calculate high-low is this function should have const in front of it. I'm sorry, this parameter should have const in front of it. Now that denotes that the array will not be changed inside of this function. It will only be used. Now, technically, it's a constant reference parameter because automatically arrays are reference parameters. Now, remember, if we do this, we also have to come up here and we have to do this in our prototypes as well because they have to match. All right, and so now we're finished with this program. And it is important that a programmer knows if they call the function, right, if you're going to be able to change that parameter. Like I know as a programmer that this function is going to likely change the array, and I know, for instance, in this function, I'm not going to be able to change the array. And that's important information. You need to know if you call it, if your original data will be intact or not.